Hello, ladies, and happy Memorial Day. I am pooped. We got some things together today and invited a few of our neighbors and ended up doing a barbecue for the neighbors. And it's such a lot of work. But we had a great time and everybody enjoyed themselves. I'm just making sure of my card pieces. Sorry. And just so you know, if it sounds like I'm talking a little funny, I broke my bridge and I have to have a new one made. And my first appointment at the dentist is tomorrow. So who knows when I'm going to get it repaired or get it replaced. Hopefully soon. Because it's driving me crazy. Because it's teeth in the front. So, all right. So for tonight's card, our clue 1 was for your card base. You could either use colored or basic white 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5.5. I chose basic white. All right. Then we needed coordinating cardstock 5 1/4 by 4. And I chose Gorgeous Grape. Yeah, I know, it snapped right in half again. I just had it repaired in, in March. So I have to get a new one. So my 5 1/4 by 4 is Gorgeous Grape. And then we needed another colored cardstock, either the same color as this or a different color, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And I chose Highland Heather. And then we needed a basic white 5 by 3 3/4. And then I said to get some designer series paper, 2 different designs, and 2 pieces of each. So I chose, let's see, what did I do here? I chose Gorgeous Grape and I chose Highland Heather. And this is from the 6 by 6 designer series paper. All right. It comes in regals, neutrals, subtle, and what's the other one? Neutrals, regals, brights. Hi, Mimi Cake. No, he told me it wasn't going to last, and it didn't. I snapped it right in half. All right, so those were the designer series paper, and they should measure, and mine are longer, so I can trim them. 2 at 5.5 by 1/2, and 2 3 3/4 by 1/2. Then we need cardstock of either of the colors that you've chosen, that you've already chosen, 3.5 by 2.5. And I actually chose to do an oval. And then a basic white 3 by 2. And I chose an additional oval. Okay. And this we're either going to put an image or a sentiment. And then we need a stamp set with an image. I'm going to use the Zany Zoo and this little guy here. And a sentiment for the inside of the card or for the outside. blends to color if you're going to have an image to color, an ink pad, and I think I'll use my Memento, embellishments, and ribbon. I think I can find something on my desk. Trimmer, in case I make a mistake. And then did I add it? I didn't. And then the inside of the card. And I chose Gorgeous Grape, 5 1/4 by 4, and Basic White, excuse me, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, so that is our supplies. Let me see if I have a ribbon available here, or handy, I should say. I think I'll use this one. It is retired, but it'll match perfectly. And then I know pearls are retired, but we'll use those up. All right, so let's get started. So we have our card base, 11 by 4 1/4. We're going to score it at 5 1/2. Now you can either go portrait or landscape. I'm going to do landscape. We're going to adhere our 5 1/4 by 4 to the card base. Okay. My camera looks weird today. So I'm just going to get some glue. Hopefully it works. Usually it doesn't. Let's try to, we'll poke a hole. I forgot to put my little thing back in, so it's all clogged. So I hope everybody had a great day. We did. I'm just, like I said, I am pooped. And we have to be out of the house tomorrow at 8 o'clock for a 9 o'clock appointment at the VA. We're going to try to see if they will put a ramp on the front steps for Bill. So we shall see. I'm just going to trim this down. It doesn't look like it is the right size. There we go. Thank goodness that glue moves. Okay. So here is our card base. Hey Sheila, welcome. Now I'm going to grab my Highland Heather and I am going to adhere this to the front of the card. And we're going to put it on here. Get it in here even, or as even as possible. All right, so there is our layer. Now we're going to take our 5 by 3 3/4, and if you want, you can emboss this. And I didn't, but I'm going to. I'm going to use my Time Worn type. It's one of my favorites. And you know, you line it up against that line on the side where the logo is. We're just going to run this through really quickly. Get my layer so we can get this through here. Oh, wrong one. I have to be careful because I snapped it. I snapped one of my plastic pieces, so I have to be careful. Alright, so now it is embossed, and I have to make sure, here's the harvest. That's what I always look for, okay? Now we're going to take one of our 5 by 1/2 piece of designer series paper. And like I said, mine are a little longer, so I can trim it. And we're going to lay it down on our basic white. Now you can decide where you want to lay it. I'm going to put mine right about here, right along the bottom. Actually, I may bring it up a little bit. Yeah, I think I'll bring it up just a bit. So let's get some glue on here. And we're going to lay this down. And as long as that edge is even, you can push it right along and it should be flush with that edge. And that is my first piece. And that looks a little crooked. Let me just pull it up just a hair. Yep. I'm going to add some more glue there. All right, so there is my next layer, my first layer. Before we put the second layer down, you want to grab your 3 3/4 by 1/2, and we're going to put it on the card this way. All right, so we're just going to add the same pattern paper, and we're going to add it this way. Or I'm going to add it this way. You can add yours. You can do it exactly like this, or you can do it on a different angle. It doesn't have to necessarily be just like this. Then we're going to take the second design and do the same thing. I'm going to overlap it so there's not so many lines. It's so busy. So I'm going to overlap mine. You can put it separately, or overlap it towards the bottom. However you feel you want your designer series paper. I'm going to put mine right up here. I'm just going to get it on there, see if it's straight. I'm going to scoot it down just a little. And then we're going to do the same thing with our second piece. And again, I'm going to overlap it a little bit so we don't see so many lines. Scoot that down. All right, so here is our front. I'm going to grab my little cutter. I hope you're feeling well, Margaret. I've been thinking about you. I saw Irene's photo and you're looking great. All right, so there we go. Here is the front. Hey, Karen. Aw, hey, Crystal, how are you? Do I go to Coatesville? I haven't been to Coatesville in years. That's in Chester County, correct? Iowa. All right, so here is our layer. Now you can decide if you want to adhere it flat to your card or pop it up. I'm actually going to adhere mine to the front of the card so it's not so bulky. And make sure it's on here straight. Oh, okay. Nope. We go to the one in Lebanon. My husband used to work at the Coatesville one on the psych ward. He was a nurse's assistant. All right. So, my camera is really weird tonight. So here's our layout. Now, so I trimmed my edges. Now we're going to grab our 3.5 by 2.5 inch frame, and you're going to decide where you want to put it. I think I'm going to put mine right about here so we can see our pieces. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. We used to go to the VA in Wilmington when we lived in West Grove. And then when we moved here, we went to, we decided to start going to Lebanon. We only have a few doctors there. Most of his cardiology and urology is outside of the VA because they let him fall through the cracks. So we have an outside. All right. So I popped mine up. I used the ovals. You could have used a rectangle, a circle. Okay. I decided on the oval. Now I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper. And here is my 3 by 2 piece. And I, again, use the layering oval. And this is scalloped. And I didn't even pull my image out. But I want to use this cute little llama. I'm guessing it's a llama. It is warm in here tonight. And let's get a block. All right, so this little one is knitting a something. Looks like a scarf. So we're just going to ink this up. Now to color with blends, I know everybody says not to use Memento because it runs. I use Memento. I don't like the way Stays On stains my stamps. We're going to stamp this. Hopefully it's in a good spot on the oval. There she is. So I'm going to color her up a little bit. I am going to actually give her some Highland Heather eye makeup. She's cute. And I'm going to grab some Lemon Lime Twist and color her chair. She's going to have a really bright chair. I'm going to put some, let me just grab some gray here. I'm going to grab some gray granite. I'm going to go along her body to make it a little darker. And then I'm going to take my dark lemon lime twist. I'm going to go over it and just extend it out past just a little bit. And then I'm going to take the light lemon lime twist Go over that edge and color in the rest of the chair. I'm going to head down to the bottom of the chair. Her seat will be very dark in here. I'm going to leave those sides. I'm going to make it dark in between and the side of her legs. And I'm going to color inside those little marks. And then shade around her legs and under that scarf. I'm going to take the dark lemon lime twist and do the inside of her chair. And I'm going to go over what I just did, but I'm going to extend it out a little bit. I'm also going to go under her seat here. Just adding some shadow. And then here is the light lemon lime twist. I'm just going to quick go over that edge and color it in the rest of the way. So it just, yep, just give it a second to dry, right? Oh, okay. Yep, we use ophthalmology. We love our endocrinologist. We go for palliative care. And who else do we go for? Dental. But everybody else is outside. So there she is in her chair, okay? When it comes to her knitting, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some Highland Heather and I am going to add some dark Highland Heather shadows, and I am going to just go over these lines really quickly. My Highland Heather is fairly new, so it's going to run. I'm just going to add some darkness. And then here's the light Highland Heather. I'm going to quick go over the whole thing. And I don't want to linger too long. I want to quick, because the light Highland Heather is going to make the dark Highland Heather lighter, okay? So you just want to really give it a wash of color. So there's her knitting. I'm going to leave her white, but I am going to use our light gray granite. I'm going to grab some dark petal pink. I'm going to put some dark petal pink in her ears. And I'm just going to put some shadow around her legs, down her knitting. And I'm just going to go around these little swirls on her coat. Just to add a little bit of color. I'm actually going to just take the light basic black, fill in her hooves, but I'm going to get my white paint pen and do her front ones too. Alright, so just really quick and easy. Alright. And we are going to add her to the front of our card. And I'm just going to add a little, if you're using glue to add it, just make sure you only put a limited amount so it doesn't show through. Make sure she's on here straight. And then I am going to tie a bow. Get my scissors. Just add a little bow to the front. I thought today it was going to rain. It looks, when I took the dog out this morning, it looked like rain. Didn't get a drop, thank goodness. And I'm going to add my bow right here. Make sure my loops are even. Add it right here. And I'm going to grab some pearls. Let's put one here. Whoops. There we go. So there is the front of our card. Oh, thanks, Karen. I still mess up. Believe me, I still mess up. So there she is. So let's grab the inside of this card. I am going to actually grab my gorgeous grape. And we'll use, I guess we could use Happy Birthday. I got a little one here. I'm going to have to test to make sure I put it on here straight. So this is Gorgeous Grape. All right. And I'm actually going to add my sentiment right down here in this corner. And let's see, while we have this out, that's green. Don't want green. There we go. We got a purple one here. I'm just going to add some colored edges. since I'm not adding anything but the sentiment. Now this time I want to grab my seal. I don't want to add this with glue. So I'm going to add my seal. And now I can glue it to the inside of the card. I haven't forgotten. I do still have to pick from everybody that posted their card last week. I will do that, hopefully. I'll try to do it tonight. So I'm going to pick 2 winners for the Designer Series paper that we used last week. Here's tonight's card. Post it in the group by Friday, and I will choose a winner, a random winner, not a winner because of your card, just because you participate. And I will send you something. So there's tonight's card. I will pick a winner, and thanks, Sheila. So I hope you post your cards in the group by Friday. I will see everybody on Thursday night. Tomorrow's going to be a crazy day. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the evening, and I will talk to you soon. Hey, Paula, thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing your cards. Have a great rest of the night. Bye-bye.